I'm the best at what I do. And what I do isn't nice. On this episode, we talk about the Logan trailer, the Guardians teaser. Take it away, Tambay. Welcome back to Tambay TV. I'm Pael Fajardo and he's...
Jong Dizon, howdy!
Howdy! Welcome back, our dear listeners. Thanks for tuning in. Today we talk about the Wolverine 3
Oh man.
quote unquote Logan. That's what it's being called. The trailer, the teaser trailer dropped this week. We'll talk about it. Johns, what's your take? Reactions?
I'm
Ideas?
really excited right now. And I said that during the first podcast, but this
Oh.
is a
Yes.
more left of center take on our beloved Wolverine.
Left of center. Explain. Bakit left of center?
Well, we all love Wolverine with him being the usual badass,
Uh-huh.
which I'm assuming is late 20s, early 30s version.
That's how it always looks.
Yeah,
Diba?
and I think that's the iconic take. The two suits, the yellow and blue, and of course the brown and yellow.
Which they've never debuted in any of the movies.
Yeah.
Sadly.
But right now, what we're having is a mature take. I think.
Okay, which brings me to my first question when I watched the trailer. Ang una ko inisip, Wolverine barely ages, di ba? Because of his healing
Yep, yep.
factor. And apparently to this video with all the scars, it looks like his healing factor has slowed down a bit, right?
He looks really worn down.
Right? Tapos may scars. If you're a Wolvie, dapat walang scars. So
Yeah. It
my
heals.
question
It
is,
heals. Yeah.
okay, one of course what happened, and two, bakit buhay pa si Professor X given that Professor X is a lot quote unquote older from where Wolverine originally was getting. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was still 30. He looked like 20, sabi mo, 20 to 30
Yeah.
when Patrick Stewart looked what? 50?
Early 50s. Yeah.
Early 50s,
Yeah.
di ba? So if you do the math, parang bakit ngayon parang magkasintanda pa rin sila? That's one of the things that's
Yeah.
blaring in at least with this thing.
And I think that that's one of the liberal things we have to give to the movie takes right now. They're gonna try and take it in different directions,
Yeah.
but they're going to try and retain a lot of what was beloved about the character.
Sana, I hope they do. And another thing I hope they get to do is establish which timeline this is on. You get what I mean? Because with
Baka bigyan ng bagong universe na lang. Well,
Na naman?
MCU.
Oh, hindi
Baka
mo-
MCU na lang to.
sa akin, but then again, we go back to our what we always say na enjoy the story for what it is
Yes,
rather than
yes.
bother. Bakit sa isang sine ganun? That's always a fresh, good take, good way of consuming your media, di ba?
And
Just
dear
enjoy.
listeners, we would nitpick before about continuity and canon, but at the end of the day, I guess we were a slave to the good stories.
Well, not necessarily a slave to the good stories. It's just more, hindi, oo nga eh. It's a future, Days of Future Past. Ginawa niya to. We love that
Yeah.
story so much that it's stuck in our head that it might impede us from enjoying what's presented before us, diba? How about, in the trailer, to those of you who have, please watch the trailer first before coming back to this podcast. Check it out. It looks promising. I love
It's the most humanized.
I love the way it opens, the way it starts, is with a Johnny Cash version of the
Yes.
9-inch classic,
Yes.
9-inch Nails classic. Freaking, what's the title, Johns?
Closer.
Hindi, mali. I was about to say Closer actually. Ano tawag ito? Hurt. There you
Yeah.
go. Hurt. You know what I would have loved though? I hope they do this in the upcoming trailers because it's a good start with the Johnny Cash version. Gusto ko sana by the time it gets more actiony, it starts to change into the Nine Inch Nails version.
That's what I'm a bit scared of from the trailer. Honestly, from the trailer, it looked a bit subdued and uh,
Teaser pa lang
it
talaga
could
eh, no?
be too story driven now that we know what the story is, but too story driven against the action that could be done against the the sheer angas that we've come to love with Wolvie.
I think it will be there. I have a good feeling it will still be there. It's just that with this take, parang well, I guess it's a teaser. I hope we get a good ass villain. Kasi in-announce ng villain is what's his name? I forget his name. But see, he's that not known in the canon.
Yeah, who is this? Who
I
is
forget.
this?
Do you want to Google it?
Yeah,
Tingnan
sige,
natin
sige.
siya.
Check it out, check it
Check
out.
natin yun. Basta, ang ginawa nila, sabi nila, meron daw reverse. I just hope we get to see, like, any of the classic Wolverine villains. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
want if we're going out, um, if we're going out with a bang with this because this is, what's this?
And we were talking about this. That they
Yeah,
might,
exactly. And then
lay this to rest a bit.
we didn't even know. Ito, wait. Villain, Donald Pierce. Do you even know who Donald
That
Pierce
is a
is?
familiar.
Yun, he's part cyborg. I don't remember this character, honestly.
Yeah.
Don't hate us, guys, but to those of you who know, please feel free to share.
Yeah, yeah.
Put a link.
Call us out on
who,
it.
Yeah, call us out on this specifically because we're looking at drawings of him right now. I remember this shot. This is a Jim Lee drawing from Uncanny X-Men. But then, I don't know who he is. I wouldn't have gone with Sinister, definitely. I would have gone like Weapon
Because you could do
Explode,
Sinister, not with a lot of CGI. There's no need for that. You can make him angas, in so many different ways. Diba? Medyo ominous lighting lang yan eh.
Tsaka puti. Makeup na puti.
Oh.
Pwede na.
Um,
But
ominous
who
lighting.
would you want to see? Given the trailer and the limitations of how far it can go, because you've seen the tone,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sino ang tingin mong bagay if you have like an artista in mind or whoever
To
to bring
play-
back
Yeah.
as a bad guy, who would you?
For Sinister.
No, not necessarily
for-
Sinister.
okay,
You could
for-
go Sabretooth, you could go. Oh, syempre, I'll go back to my favorite Omega Red, but that doesn't look like it's gonna
You know who I
happen.
want to see? And, well, okay, so, X-Team, no? But probably I'd really want to see Cable and Strife already.
Talaga?
Yeah.
Pwede, because
That could be, yeah, that could be done with
they're fighting
with
for
Wolvie.
they're fighting
still.
for Cable na for
Yeah.
Deadpool, di ba?
Um,
Ryan for Deadpool too.
there's not just so much history there, but we're talking about just plain cool characters. There was a bit of backlash with, sorry, Batlash, no, kasi last episode was Batman. um, for what Bishop was in Days of Future Past, and
Okay lang. A bit weaker. He looked weaker.
and
I would
that's the
imagine
thing, kasi for me, Brother Fudge,
yes.
Bishop was
Brother Chuck.
slightly a lesser Cable. Honestly,
It always has been. You always say that.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. Because but they're both time travelers. Pareho yung agenda nila. Although one's black, one's white. We still
that's
don't
all
know
trying
which.
to right the wrongs, and diba?
Ah.
And the look was similar, diba? Yes, one is not African American.
To be more politically correct in your description.
But I think also with the series, with the X-Men series, we were
So Strife na. Pero as a Wolvie villain, Strife? Or are you saying that because you're
I think they
thinking-
could swing it kasi we're looking at more esoteric takes on storylines already. And that's a great part.
Uh-huh.
And that's a great part.
Esoteric. I love the way you used esoteric is there. Esoteric.
Honestly, for like, let's say Deadpool, the movie.
Parang mas Deadpool because X-Force,
Just
I
to-
think.
But just to use Colossus and Negasonic,
Dude, I didn't even know Negasonic until I watched
exactly,
it.
same here.
Oh.
But right off the bat, I'm like, that's pretty cool. First of all, grunge siya eh.
Mm.
I mean, the
Sinead
character
nga,
was
di ba?
90s eh.
Okay, whatever you say, 90s Sinead O'Connor, eh, go ahead, ganun ba siya?
90s siya talaga na pati yung actuations niya. And
I
then you have
guess.
Colossus,
Plus, she
the
came
other
out in the
end.
blue and yellow, di ba?
Yes.
I love that part. Parang, okay, that's a callback to the old suits.
That was actually something special for me that you could go back even with First Class, diba?
Uh-huh.
First Class really tried to take it into the classic
And that's,
level.
I love the yellow suits din yun. They
Yeah.
first use of the yellow suits on camera, on
I was
for the
surprised with
movies.
that. I wouldn't really
I loved it, yeah.
like that. No?
Ganda rin. Pero, tama lang din gamit kay Mystique. Not, but with, again, we're going back to Apocalypse, which we both don't
Yeah.
really like.
Yeah.
A little bit too much Mystique there. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Well, any last thoughts on the Logan trailer that you want to share? X-23 is also there.
Yeah.
It's been confirmed.
I
Like it. I'm excited.
I think Logan as a title was the right way to go.
Yes.
Change it up a bit.
Yeah.
Especially
Parang-
from the last portrayals of Wolverine.
Almost putting it into the same angas factor as a Batman movie cannot be called Batman. It can be called The Dark Knight, and
Yeah.
people will still get
Yeah.
that it's a Batman story. Just in the same way, Logan is his other.
It's always Wolverine. I mean,
Pero what is the trivia? Real
sige.
name ni Wolverine?
Wow, Logan.
Hindi.
Ano?
Logan. Okay, Logan was the name he started remembering after Weapon X.
Alright.
But in Marvel canon, his real name is James Howlett the Third.
Oh yeah, I just forgot that.
Jimmy. Kaya minsan,
Um,
don't get confused if in flashbacks, especially with Captain America scenes sometimes in the comics, he gets referred to as Jimmy or James. That's because that's his.
And that's trying to have canon a bit, just trying to tie things up a bit more. With this movie, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. Are you excited though?
I am
One
very
to 10.
excited.
One
I
to
want to
10.
ask you this though. How do you think it's gonna fare box office wise? Fearless prediction.
They took a risk. First of all, to answer that question, I have to answer this question first. They took a risk by making it rated R. So nilimit nila automatically ang
Yeah.
pwedeng manood. They're hoping that it gets the box office numbers of Deadpool, which is
I don't agree with that. I mean, for the record,
na ano.
na in-R nila yun. Because I still think,
tingnan natin.
well, Wolverine kasi is still a universal character eh. 'Di ba?
Okay.
Para siyang Stone Cold Steve Austin na palatable pa for 'di ba? As an anti-hero for
I get it.
And then you have Deadpool. 'Di ba? Now of course, to portray him properly, it can't be cartoonish, it can't be it really has to be exactly what the movie portrayed.
Wait. So what's your issue with this one being R?
Well, sana,
Baka
they could have swung it into a PG kasi kids know Wolverine. And they're gonna know this is Logan. Sabihin natin
Ganito na
they can
mablong
download
pag-iisip
it.
pag daddy ka na. Pag
Yeah. Yeah, I think
it's not something you can take your kids to. Johns is expecting.
Howdy!
Shout out to his lovely wife,
Hi, Julie.
Hello.
Hello.
You're listening. Anyway, so, ako naman, my take on it is, I apologize to you fathers out there who, got kids to shelter from these things, but I want to see some Bobby action, you know what I mean? Like a little, if you're gonna go R, for me, in my opinion, you gotta,
I agree with that.
You gotta maximize
I agree
why
with that.
you put that R rating on it. Slap on some Bobby,
Brother
some nude
Fudge,
scenes.
we're young. We're not old by any stretch of imagination. But we still understand what R and porn was before. That was hard to get, and now it's pretty easy. So I think that maybe they're having it as R because it's gonna be downloaded.
Sa bagay, well, I don't know, but Deadpool, I mean, I don't even remember Deadpool having any nude scenes. Meron ba? Oh yeah, in the strip joint. Yun lang.
Here's my question to you.
Oh, go.
Would you feel now like that for Logan, diba? It's Wolverine.
Yes.
Is it tantamount to yung explicit lyrics being printed or stuck on the cassette tapes and CDs before.
Well, now that it's R, mas maganda sana kung hindi. Parang you could buy
Pero the kids might want to see it more.
more. Exactly.
Diba?
Good point. Na parang dati, RoboCop R.
Yeah.
Diba? I wanted to see more RoboCop more than anything.
Yeah.
What is this quote unquote comic or cartoon character doing on the screen and slapping an R rating on it?
Yeah.
What can't I see? I gotta see it.
But for the violence though, I think
no,
kasi,
dude, they get away with PG. It's in PG.
that's the thing.
Movies. You could get
Diba?
away with a lot.
Now you're
of
having
violence.
this as an R movie. Compensate with boobies.
Me too, and drop some F bombs. I love dropping F bombs.
Yeah.
Ito pa pala, just to those of you who don't know, ang PG-13 movie pala, in the States at least, they can only drop the F bomb once.
Whoa.
Pag more than once na,
Whoa.
automatic R na yun. So remember that scene in
Whoa.
Future Past? No, sorry. First Class. Where they're in a bar with Wolvie, and then they introduce him. Hi, I'm Charles. I'm Eric, and he goes, "Go fuck yourselves." Yun,
I
yun na yung
remember
isa niyang
that.
F-bomb dun sa movie na yun.
Doon na chinarge yun.
Oo, parang kumbaga bilang yun. So with this one, honestly, for Deadpool, yes, because of the jokes, the F-bomb ass,
Yeah.
plus the graphic scenes, I can understand why it's R. Pero
Yeah.
Wolverine saying,
Maganda ba Karen
dropping-
had some nipple action there?
Wala.
Wala
Nakatakip
ba?
eh. Oh, I would know.
May konti. I don't know what version you have though.
I have the unrated whatever version shit that's out there in the ether, man. But I don't remember. May pegging scene dun eh. Sa akin yun na nagpa-R dun eh. That was,
well,
for me,
well, the sex scene was long.
over the
sex scenes,
seasons.
yeah,
Over the
yeah.
seasons. I like that part of it. Yun, solid yun. Pero yeah, I kind of agree, but at the same time, may mga dugo-dugo din naman ng konti. Although Days of Future, he stabs a guy in the Wolverine, he stabs a guy in the neck, may dugo na rin. I don't know. Well, sa akin, give me boobies and give me Lady Deathstrike. Whether it be Kelly Hu to reprise her role, she's still sexy. If you look her up, she's still hot. But if you want to bring in someone else, game. But, show us some boobies and a little bit more gore. But
Make
work
it really
in the
R.
story.
Make it really
Yeah,
R.
make it use the R, but at the same time, make it mean something. Because so far, I'll be honest, with all the with all the X-Men movies with Wolverine, at pag X-Men na may Wolvie, maganda. Pero pag Wolvie mag-isa, hirap. He can't stand alone.
For the record, I never watched the Wolverine.
What?
Pache lang and HBO or whatnot. I don't know. It was just like it's not there. It's not there for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, there were parts
Nothing
of it I
against
liked.
Silver Samurai, who is awesome.
They kind of butchered his version in that movie.
I actually saw that part and I
Okay
actually
naman.
liked it.
It was
You know,
decent. It was
yeah.
decent. Purists will hate it na parang ba't ganun ginawa, but I'm
But
a
that's
pure.
the thing. Yeah,
I
we're
love
purists
Wolverine.
also.
Yeah. I love Wolverine to death, but sorry kasi I'm at the level of enjoyment where again, if it fits, if it's cool,
Yeah.
it's funny, it's nice.
And if you were the
buy it.
writers, if you were the directors, we'd want to take it in a direction that hasn't been made also yet.
Viper, di ko trip the way they used her in the Wolverine. Di ko type.
You think that for Logan now, it's gonna resonate with the kids seeing the trailer?
Pero hindi nga kids ang market eh. Hindi talaga eh. That's the point that they wanna. Okay, just so you have a perspective, Deadpool is the highest rated R movie of all time now. So you
Okay.
being Fox, I have a property that could outsell Deadpool. I think. With
Oh, I like that.
Kaya
I
nila
like that.
in-R.
I like
Kaya
that.
nila in-R.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you say the kids will see this movie coming out, it's not marketed to kids. It's
Yeah.
really they're banking on that. Because next year, syempre they're a studio. This year they put out this amazing product.
Yeah.
Next year I'm open to putting up another amazing product, and we're hoping it's Wolverine to fill that void that people are used to expect.
You're correct.
I don't know. That's how I see it, but we'll see. Well, enough about Logan. Let's end that one and let's open
Howdy.
up the next one.
Howdy.
O, pasa pang iced tea. Papasa ng iced tea.
Pasa ng iced tea. The special sauce.
Yeah, the new Guardians teaser, the latest.
Mm-hmm.
Because back in Comic Con, sa Comic Con, may pinakita na daw sila. It's a SDCC, but it was never released in public. I kind of dig that. I like the mystery, but I kind of hate also that the fact that we don't get to see it. But with this new trailer, the one
Teasers,
teaser
man.
talaga, it
Yeah.
was really a tease.
Yeah.
Opening with Hooked on a Feeling, of course,
Yeah.
which is my ringtone. So when it started playing, I'm like, oh yeah, the goosebumps started crawling all over me.
And then,
Ikaw, bro, what's your take? What's your take on that trailer?
I like that they're retaining the spirit of the first one. From what I've seen, in the trailer, what made the first one charming was uh, the healthy mix of everything. You know, the humor was there, and I'm
Uh,
seeing Batista now
at
trying to
hindi
crack a
pilit
joke.
Batista cracking a joke
Yeah.
by quote unquote not cracking
Yeah,
a
yeah,
joke.
and it wasn't off.
Kasi sa kanya, hindi joke yun eh. Kasi he was doing it straight face.
Yeah.
Ano ba yung mga hirit niya? Nothing flies over my head. Di ba kami ganun
Yeah,
siya?
and it's not for all of the main characters.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't seem forced. It seems like uh, they want to do what they're doing. At the end of the day, they probably like hanging out with each other. The
May
chemistry,
chemistry eh.
the
Natama
chemistry
ng
that they have, and retaining that again that spirit of the first one because that's still original.
So, this new one, with this, what, 1 minute and 30 seconds that we see of it, meron eh, no? It feels like
It's gonna have a fight. It's sure to be a hit. The way I see
Is
it.
it guaranteed to outsell its predecessor?
Well, I don't know about outsell. Depende na rin sa kasabay niya, no? But definitely,
Kailan ba siya? May
in reverence to what they're trying to do, I think it's they're doing the right thing. Kasi what other hero movies actually having that that cross section of superhero with
Bandits.
traditional action and
Tsaka bandits sila talaga, parang ganun.
Yeah.
Pirates.
it's a good cast. It's a good cast.
Moving out of the cinematic naman, so Guardians in the comics, anything you've read recently that you'd like to recommend to our listeners right now?
I'll be honest to everybody. Before the first movie came out, I didn't like the idea because I was a purist for the original
So
Guardians.
you kilala mo na, cause me, I
Yeah.
thought what you were gonna say was, before the first movie, I didn't know anything about Guardians. Because I didn't. So
Yeah.
ikaw, you were reading Guardians before the
The,
movie?
the original team with Major Victory,
Ay,
Vance
oh.
Astro for everyone out there.
Purist.
He had
Vance Astro, boss, merong Marvel Legends na figure na lalabas by next year.
Nice.
Can you imagine?
Nice.
We're in Vance Astro. That's where we are, Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends PH. Philippines pala, Marvel Legends Philippines. Group on Facebook, like them, nice fucking place to trade or whatever.
check
Anyway,
check
going
that
back.
out, guys. Check
Yeah.
that out.
Going back, sino?
Check that out.
Major
Well,
Victory.
Major Victory.
Vance.
What I loved about him is that he carried Captain America's shield.
Siya yung leader eh, no?
Siya yung leader eh.
There was no Peter Quill, there was no Star-Lord.
Yeah, wala pa yun eh. They had
So wala
Starhawk.
kang
They had.
amor kay, before the movie, wala kang amor kay Star-Lord.
I actually liked the name Star Lord and what he
No,
looked
but as a
like.
character, so alam mo na rin itsura niya nun.
Yeah, yeah, and it was a bit bittersweet because I really didn't want that piece of my childhood to be rewritten. But after seeing the movie, I was made a believer.
What stories? Kasi being someone who's only read. Kasi okay, from the moment they announced that they were making a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, they started releasing comics na rin eh.
Mm,
So, yun ang mga familiar ako where Tony Stark is actually part of them.
yeah.
Yeah. So before this timeline, ano ang mga nabasa mong stories that stick out to you that you would like to share with everyone?
Well, they had their run-ins with the Avengers and the Imperial Guard, and they were able to hold their own. And what I really
Walang specific storyline ka naalala?
well, there are a couple, but in all honesty, kasi it's really the usual cosmic
Tropes.
fights that we see. What I like was that they were able to delve a bit into the specific characters. The cosmic world of Marvel for me outweighs kasi DC, no?
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
words.
Outweighs, no?
So sa'yo,
Baka hindi natin isama yung New Gods, sila Orion.
yun ang kalaban ng cos. I was about to get into that. Oh, I was about to get into that.
But Marvel just had so much.
Sabagay.
They
Pero may
and
new
they
gods. Maybe that's what Jack Kirby was trying to do anyway.
yeah,
In DC. To those of you who don't know, New Gods is a Jack Kirby. This was in the
yeah.
time, a little bit of history, if I may. Johns, may I?
Of course, brother.
Jack Kirby is of course the classic tandem with Stan Lee when he created most of the earlier Marvel characters like
Most Silver Age.
like
Siya dun.
Fantastic Four, lahat yan written and drawn with. Well, Stanley was doing the writing and Jack Kirby was doing the drawing, but there was one point in his career where he wasn't happy with Marvel. He transferred to DC.
Yeah.
That's when he started writing the New Gods, because he
Yeah.
wanted to bring in the cosmic. Because back in, okay, you have to understand the time when they were writing. This was like in the 70s and the
Yeah.
80s. This was the space race.
Yes.
So sobrang exciting sa kanila to know that there are other planets. Ooh, first time we landed on the moon. This was the news. This was in
Yeah.
the
Everything's
public
interstellar.
consciousness.
Yeah.
But nowadays, kasi parang
It's the usual stuff.
alam
You
na,
know,
sabihin mo sa mga bata, they know what Mars is.
It,
The moon is just like, oh, they're planning trips
Yeah.
to the moon, like a showcase. Did you know about that?
and the Mars Project, diba?
Meron din, the Mars
5,000
Project.
people, one-way trip.
One-way trip, magsa-start ng civilization. That's all in the plans now. This is our
Yeah.
sci-fi now. Well, anyway, but going back to Marvel versus DC. So, sa'yo, Marvel Cosmic is stronger than the... Sabagay, that's true.
Kasi,
Me
I mean,
personally,
Yeah.
I know more of the character. I can't even name all the
Tribunal,
gods.
in-betweener,
Ang
diba?
dami.
Ang dami
Favorite
lang
mo yung
talaga.
in-betweener.
Oo nga,
Favorite.
mukhang...
Ako
nakapata-
Eternity.
The Collector.
If I were to pick,
ito tanong ko sa'yo. Sinong
sige.
counterpart ni Eternity?
yung kapatid niyang babae, si ano.
That won't count.
Pero tama ako, di ba?
Tama
Kapatid
ka,
niyang babae.
tama
I could see her face. I can't remember her name. Hindi death eh. Eternity. See it.
Okay lang. I mean, we forgot stuff. Infinity.
Huh?
Infinity.
There you go. Girl, di ba? With the yellow.
Yellow and black
Yup,
na
yup.
parang may G-cliff
Well,
sa
when I'm
bubi.
doing the post-roll on this, I'll do a little drawing and snap it on here. Here! Yeah. snap it. Anyway, tama. Alam ko yun eh. Dapat tatanong ko sa'yo yun the other day. Nauna mo ako ah. Anyway. So, that being
Cosmic
that.
wise, yeah, I think
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy should be a hit. There's no reason why it should be a dud.
Yeah.
All they have to do is follow the formula of the first.
Just don't
Yeah.
make it feel like too much of a sequel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How remember this from the other movie, whatever. I don't mean, just play it. So let the song play. Let the
Yeah.
chords play the song.
I think they
the song
scored
play
a
the
lot
chords.
when they had Pratt do the main character
Doon
of
talaga, no, he
Star-Lord.
really stood out.
Yeah.
Stood out.
Kasi it was all there. It was exactly the persona that they wanted Star-Lord to be.
Malupit yun, malupit yun. Okay, well, next up, in the spirit of the seasons, bro, Halloween time. So for Halloween, I will be
Howdy.
asking your top 3 recommendations na horror to get into the, as kids call it nowadays. In the spirit of the Halloween season. Ulit tayo.
Okay, I love. Okay, and honestly, I'm coming in cold from this.
Yeah.
We did not talk about this earlier.
Sabi mo, surprise you.
Surprise!
Top 3 move. Okay, sige, let's make it a bit easier.
Akala ko comics eh.
Pwede comics. We can do comics. We can do like, sige.
Movies.
Dalawang comics, isang movie para di mahirap.
Alright.
Na horror, ah.
Yep. I have my
Whatever.
What's
Top
that
of
first
mind.
one?
Top of
No,
mind.
okay.
Don't
Well,
be.
no.
Don't take it too long.
I got it back. Well, the first one is of course the Long Halloween.
Galing.
Now,
Nice.
this is noir when you want noir. This is
yes.
a lot of people consider this to be the quintessential noir Batman comic.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to chime in on that, but
In 3 sentences, describe the Long Halloween.
mobster.
Okay. Sentence, hindi words.
Oo nga, no? Wala, pwede. Mobster.
Okay,
Period.
dot. Dot. Formal.
uh, the usage of the villains was optimized for the type of storyline, which is
Hindi, kikwento mo kung ano yung Long Halloween muna bago may criticize. To those who don't
alright.
know, tell them about
Okay,
it.
okay.
Entice them to read the Long Halloween. What makes it? What is it?
Well, what struck me first, aside from of course understanding that they were coming with a noir comic, is that one one crime per month.
Yeah.
That kind of whodunit. I
Yeah.
think I really
Alright.
dug that. Uh,
Okay.
you know the art was
Yes.
a bit iffy for me,
Okay,
honestly.
I'll tell you a little bit of a story about on Long Halloween. Long Halloween was written by Jeff Loeb and drawn by Tim Sale. Okay, the first time, I'm not sure if that the first time or one of the first. Well, the reason why Jeff Loeb got Tim Sale is specifically that because he draws ugly people. Oh, that's
Alright.
one of the reasons why Jeff Loeb, because he wanted something different, something new to give a breather to that. But it's very, as you say,
If I may say,
very noir.
that's probably the ugliest Two-Face I've seen.
Pangit talaga.
Ang
Di ba?
pangit talaga.
Pati mga chicks na pangit.
But they had uh, I guess the whole feel.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it was a different type of dark. It was street level, really really street level, and I think a lot of the other characters like Harvey Dent and Jim Gordon were given
The limelight.
a lot of time to shine.
Jeff Loeb really digs deep
Yeah,
into those.
and honestly, having that okay crime per month thing,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, that's something that used to be done. Single shot comics, whatever, you know. But this was a bit deeper, not a bit deeper. It was really deeper.
It was really deep.
And yeah, and
It's the inner monologue. Remember the.
what I love was they had
inner monologue.
they had Julian Day, the calendar man, as a minor character. And how do you make the calendar man with a name like that, you know, be in a really really ace book? Because it's an ugly name. I mean, it's an ugly name,
And it's-
honestly. Yeah.
Then
Alright.
the premise is Baduy. If you look at it at on a what do you call this superficial level,
Yeah.
medyo Baduy, di ba? But the long haul, yeah, that's a
And a lot of
very
family stuff. There was a lot of family stuff, and not Batman.
good-
It had a lot of family stuff. Now, for my second,
Oh.
and this was thought over very lengthily earlier for a
Really?
minute or
Were you
so.
thinking about this?
Is the first collected edition and the first issues of The Sandman, which I was discussing with Paya. Because there's a marked
Preludes and
difference.
Nocturnes.
Preludes and Nocturnes.
Read that.
So the first 8 issues retained a horror level of comicness.
Did it?
Yes,
It?
yeah. Against the rest of the series, there's a difference.
Because we get a vision of hell in Preludes, di ba? This is the first.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the
With
first image
Lucifer,
of Lucifer.
Lucifer. But even the
Nah.
first issue,
Yeah.
the first issue
Spoilers
was done.
to everyone who hasn't read it. Spoilers coming up ahead. I love the fact I'm pretty sure it was in Preludes when
Sandman was great.
yung
Howdy.
they were in hell and parang kala mo may sungay, there was like a silhouette of a figure of Lucifer, and then when he gets into light, guwapo pa rin.
Guwapo!
Angel pa rin.
Morning
They're like,
star.
Morning Star.
Morning Star.
And I'm like, whoa.
And well, the main character I think was the most badass at that point when he was in hell.
That's
Kasi
it. What was he doing in hell? I'm trying to
He was
recall.
trying to retrieve yung helmet niya.
Tama.
Diba? And,
Ito madali, pero wala
sige,
na.
sige.
Para lang guluhin ka. Sino ang kapatid ni Dream?
Anim yun.
Na
Kaya ko
babae.
lahat.
So, ang dami na yun.
Tatlo yun.
Tatlo
Hindi,
nga.
yung isa hermaphrodite.
O, since mayabang ka na, sabihin mo lahat
Oh.
ng pangalan ni Dream.
Morpheus.
Lahat ng kapatid. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Diba?
Lahat ng pangalan.
Oh,
Pero tama ka, Morpheus nga.
they all start with D. Si Destiny, the eldest.
Babae
Wait.
yun.
Yeah, that's the eldest. And then Destruction, the prodigal son. And then you have Death.
Yun ang hinahanap kong tanong.
Death. And then Morpheus.
Siya yung portrait na medyo short hair na brunette, di ba?
Yeah, and yung goth chick for the 90s.
Exactly, yeah.
Di ba? With the ankh as
That's
ano.
what I was referring to. O tapos?
You have Desire, you couldn't tell if it was a girl or boy. Actually,
Siya ba yung hermaphrodite?
it could shift kung anong gusto niya. Despair,
Desire.
yung twin niya.
Nice. How poetic.
And then Delirium. Who
Neil
was
Gaiman,
based on...
Written by Neil Gaiman.
who was based on... Delirium was based on Tori Amos. Yun yung muse niya. Yeah, dude. They had a mutual artistic respect for each other.
Yeah, they were fucking each other.
Which I found sexy. Yeah, come on.
They were so fucking each
Diba,
other.
that's a long way of
behind the
saying that,
scenes,
they were doing the dirty deeds. Yeah.
Naks napaka-daddy ng pag-alagay, doing the dirt.
Yeah, so sad, man. Yeah.
Spanking the monkey, so sad, man.
For anyone that picks it up, you will see a marked difference from the first issues to the latter issues.
Okay, for the movie question, to warm your mind up, and to warm
Bigat yan.
everyone's minds up, I've thought of clarifying what horror is. Okay, there are
Okay.
two types, especially in movies. There are two types of horrors. There's one is your slash and gore and
Wes Craven inspired.
yeah, your Freddy's, your Jasons. That's your
Yeah.
first type of horror. Actually, pwede technically tatlo eh. Tatlo pala. Two is your mumu, your ghosts and your goblins. Sometimes those two can
They can intersect, pero something's gonna be more than the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's either you can really
Pag pinatay yung blonde sa umpisa,
slasher
yun.
Tapos pag may mga hubad-hubad din,
Slasher yun.
Tapos horror pangalawa and pangatlong klase is the psychological horror, which for
Yeah.
me is like the really fucked up ones, like your Seven,
The most fulfilling.
yung mga talagang what the fuck, or I would even consider in a little way Usual Suspects to be sort of that psychological horror kasi medyo jarring siya na Kaiser Soze, diba?
Suspense-ish.
Oh, exactly. Kaya
Who done it kasi?
that's the borderline of, or like Identity.
Yeah.
Remember Identity?
Oh, I love Identity.
Ayun.
And I hated it when I watched it.
Psychological yun. That was a
I
psychological.
hated it when I watched it the first time sa movie
Why?
house. Hindi, sabi ko lang na, okay, the payoff isn't something that I wanted at the
It was
time.
something I didn't see.
But in hindsight, parang Memento, putang ina. Kasi,
Mind fuck.
yung sa Memento, sabihin ko na, I watched it, I was in Hong Kong that time. Tapos sabi, I had a migraine. And then sabi ko, like, puta, ang gulo. 1 hour exactly after, I'm like, that was brilliant. I'm like, that was really well done.
Kung paano they call it in media res type of storytelling, where they tell you stories in the middle of things.
Yeah.
In media res is Latin, which means in the middle of things. Just to put it, pepper and some Latin in there. So knowing those type of
Taga Southgate siya eh.
Kaya naman sa nagpo-blue dyan natin this time.
We didn't have Latin, bro.
Para na masabi. So knowing those three kinds of, I'm pretty sure at least one is sticking out right now. Top of mind. Anong movie? Ako, tsaka natin categorize. Dito sa mga sinabi ko.
That is difficult
Okay, let's get into
well,
off the
I
three.
love all.
Off the three, I know. Off the three, which one is ang pinakamabigat for you?
Well, the psychological ones tend to stick a bit longer kasi.
Yes.
For the mumus, I mean, there are times when you need those types of
I
movies.
love the mumus, man.
Yeah.
Mumu na mumu. Oh.
You need the type of ano, well, siguro for the slashers kasi, there
Uh-huh.
were a lot of bad ones done that
Eh,
probably
nandun tayo
dampened it.
lahat, pati din naman sa psychological, pati naman sa Mumu, may mga...
Can I ask you Scream?
Oh, ba't hindi? Oh, horror yun.
That was cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All of them. I mean, some of them were a little bit, saw that coming.
I hate
But the
to agree with
original-
him, but I agree with him.
No.
No, honestly, it was good.
Dude,
Ito, tanong ko sa'yo.
Oh,
Wait lang.
go. Sige.
Scream 1, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I was about to ask you the same.
See, that's why we're friends.
I was
Howdy!
about to say, actually, I hold Scream up there with I Know What You Did. Because those two movies, I think, were, if not in the same year, back-to-back years.
Yeah, parang,
Parang same year,
yeah.
Dude, growing up when I would watch it, if you guys watch in a theater, you insane scream ng mga babae. Like, especially when they call it a jump scare, especially
Yeah.
when a jump scare happens, yung mga, "Tan!" Yung mga biglang nasa likod yung killer, yung mga ganon, puta, the chicks just fucking scream and it crawls up your spine,
Damn
diba?
right, damn
Diba?
right.
When you watch a
Yeah.
horror movie in a movie house, it's part of the ride, pare. Sobrang hirap.
The screaming is part of it, you know.
Sobrang hirap nun. So anyway, so ano nga, so okay, Scream, you'd go with Scream.
What do you mean? For
You're going with Scream for horror. Yun ang re-recommend mo sa kanilang panoorin nila ngayong Halloween. Sa mga hindi pa nakakapanood. Given na are some younger people are listening. Younger, when I say younger
difficult,
than us.
Um,
Scream's not a bad point, so I think
mabigat sa akin yung I Know What You Did. I think maybe I was in a good spot also in life that time.
siguro, I don't know if I've seen it recently though.
I haven't seen it in a while. Pero
Baka dated
that
na.
that adds to it. That adds to
Yeah,
the mystique of the whole thing.
Plus Jennifer Love. Oh my god.
It was I mean, that was a strong cast. Ryan
That was-
Phillippe,
oh.
Sarah Michelle,
Freddie.
Freddie, of
Freddie
course, yeah.
Prinze, pare, the man. Kanan, he plays Kanan Jarrus on, nowadays, on Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. He
He's
plays-
also a writer for WWE. So
Is he?
Yep.
Ganun siya ka-cool?
Ganun siya ka-cool. Do you know Billy Corgan?
Hindi ako Gorgon fan eh.
Pero he owned half of
Yeah.
TNA,
Yes,
diba?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. He'd even like referee or compa.
Yeah.
He was doing a Vince McMahon thing.
I love how
Billy Corgan, to those who know, is the vocalist of Smashing Pumpkins.
and
Oh,
we
man.
might have that soon. In a bit.
Depende.
Depende.
May mood sa akin na
Oh.
Smashing eh. Sa akin, comics-wise, I don't know if I can give solid ones. Like, I would say, babalik ako kay Batman. I'd go Arkham Asylum. Like,
Yeah.
the graphic novel. I don't know. Arkham Asylum has been a title that's been done to death recently, but there is an original, like madaming Arkham Asylum Scarecrow or like subtitles like
Yeah.
that. So I would recommend they start with the graphic novel. I will never forget. It's also about the founder of Arkham. What's
Yeah.
his Amadeus ba?
Amadeus.
Amadeus Arkham. And how it started as like an orphanage ata, if I remember correctly, and then it ended up being a fucking
Yeah.
insane asylum, and how he himself was going insane with
Yeah.
everything that was going on. Sa akin, that was good. That's a good book. But then, movies-wise, out of the three, well, Mumo and Possession movies are fucking amazing. I would, for those
Yeah, we
kind
need
of-
that every now and then.
yeah. For me, of course, you have Exorcist up there. Top 3 sa akin, mabilis mo sa alas 12. I could do it in my
Omen.
sleep. Not even, I wouldn't go Omen. I'd go
Children of the Corn, man.
Possession ba? O sa bagay, hindi, Possession yung talagang nagsasakit ang alak. Sa bagay, meron din naman sa Children of the Corn. But
Possession.
I'd go Exorcist, Exorcism of Family Rose, number 2, and number 3, The Right. Di
I haven't
mo
seen
alam
that.
yun.
Anthony Hopkins?
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
For some weird reason, the reason why I like Possession movies, because I'm a devout Catholic. We're raised Catholic.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
pag sa akin,
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
evil
We are solid. We are
evil
solid.
is
Yeah.
scary. So,
Yeah.
ang demonyo sa atin, it's something that we were told as kids.
Yeah.
It's really ingrained in our system that we fear the devil and love God and whatnot. The Right has this like spoilers. Well, I'm not gonna give away too much. Not to give away too much. I'm speaking so fast I'm excited. Not to give away too much is that you really feel the power of God against the devil in that movie, or in most Except for Exorcist kasi, namatay siya, di ba? Pero,
Yeah.
sa Emily Rose, din namatay siya. All spoilers. Pero, you know what I mean? But it's got a good, the power of God or evil. It's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
For the newer ones, I would recommend, um, Conjuring. The Conjuring, anything, uh, Conjuring is
Mm.
awesome because it's based on a true story. If you look them up, it's based
Yeah.
on the two, yung mag-asawa. I forget their names right now. But okay, Conjuring.
Sinister was fucked up. Yeah.
The first one was fucked up. May
There's a
pangalawa?
second one?
Daw,
Oh,
I
I
haven't
didn't
seen
know
it
that.
either. That was fucked up. Pero yun, Mumu yun.
I liked how they did Annabelle. Kasi it was short, okay? And it's formulaic. But
Okay
honestly,
lang.
I wanted that at the time that I got to
Yung
watch
mga
it.
scare. Sa akin kasi medyo na-off ako when you see the Mumu. Medyo,
Yeah.
yan na yung
Kung siya nakalimutan kasi natin Child's Play eh.
Hindi ko trip yun eh. Trip ko ba
Talaga?
yun?
No, it did its job. That along with Candyman.
Sa akin, it's at the same level as the Freddys and your Jasons na hindi naman talaga ako magugulat ako pero hindi ako matatakot doon.
For Candyman, I remember, and I can't even remember how you're supposed to do it. But
Five times in the mirror.
five times in the mirror, I used to do that, and I'd say also a name of a
Siraulo
dead
talaga.
relative in front of the mirror with the lights off. I'd say Tito, Toot.
Nakakita ka na ba ever na Mumu?
That's the thing. Never. uh, I work in a hospital right now,
Okay.
and I haven't felt shit.
Really?
I haven't
Would you
felt
be
shit.
fucked up if I told you na nakakita na ako ng Mumu?
No, I mean, I still actually believe it. I just feel
Yeah.
that I don't have the
A
capacity.
quick ghost story of my personal experience.
If it's here, I'm going home, man.
No. There are some everywhere, but I wouldn't want my third eye open for the life of me. But a
Yeah.
little horror story just for them, since it's a Halloween episode also, aside from the news. I was in Lokban. I was with my office mate. Tapos meron siyang parang anting-anting. He wears this like rock, like a ruby. I forget what the fuck it was on his on his necklace on his neck. He has a necklace, and I'm like I kid him. So what's with this bling bling?
Yeah.
And he's like, hindi pare, bantay ko yan sa
Agimat niya.
agimat niya yun because meron daw he has what he calls quote unquote mga bantay niya.
Alright.
So he said it's usually a kid, a lady, or an old man. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? So they follow you around? Really? I don't know. But we were drunk and we fell asleep. I was working for Marlboro then, so we were checked in the same room in a hotel. I wake up, and I know I'm awake. It's not a dream. I'm pretty sure I'm awake. The figure was like, it was wearing white, parang yung mga sa mga sacristan na puti,
Yeah.
flowing
Yeah.
white thing, hovering above his bed, long hair, girl, sadako-ish, yung pabagsak ng buhok, parang translucent siya, so you know it's ethereal, and
Yeah,
not fucking,
yeah.
Tangible.
Yeah.
And then I shit you not, she's looking down on him, and then she looks at me, mapilis na gano'n, I'm like, syempre nagulat ako, so I
Damn.
just closed my eyes and opened them again just to make sure I'm fucking awake, and she's still there, and then all of a sudden, she looks back at him, and then a little back at me, and then on him again. And I just close my eyes and I turn. I'm like, fuck, go away. What the fuck is this?
Fuck, man.
Only to find out, and I told him, like, in the office the following. I didn't want to
No.
tell him the next day because
Alam niya,
whatever the
putang
fuck,
ina.
diba?
Alam niya.
And he's like,
ba?
oh, sabi ko naman sa'yo. And he goes, sabi ko naman sa'yo, may bantay ako. I'm like, fuck you.
Bantay niya yun.
Bantay niya yun. So, ganun pala yun. Some of them, they stick
Fuck.
to you for whatever reason. They just like
Fuck,
sticking
man.
to you. Anyway,
I only have one ghost story, okay?
so go. Hit it.
So, core group, apat kami in high school, right? And we go to Brew Brothers. You remember that, Brother Fadge?
Brew
Yung
Brothers.
Paddy's Point ngayon sa Tomas Morato. Right beside Ozone.
Oh shit.
You remember that? Brew Brothers, diba? So, there's four of us.
Mas sorry, mas napa-oh-shit ako dun sa Ozone kasi dun daw marami.
Here's the thing. So, there's four of us, right?
Ah.
First time one goes to the bathroom, he comes back really pale. He's pale to begin with, but he was paler than usual. And he tells us that there's something wrong with the bathroom. That he was feeling really off, right?
Ano ba siya? Open ba yung third eye niya?
Hindi. Well, we asked the waiter, and sinabi ng waiter that the men's bathroom was right adjacent to Ozone. Alright? So so what we do is
To those who don't remember, Ozone was the site of like a mass death because of a fire.
yeah,
Ozone was a disco. Disco!
180 or
Dun sa
something.
hindi may alam ng disco, please look that up. Kasi
Yeah.
gimmick kan.
Yeah.
Dati yun
It's a
tawag
club.
ng disco. It's a club, yeah. It's a
It's a
disco.
club, yeah.
Kasi Ozone Disco tawag na, if I
Yeah.
remember. So, ang daming namatay. I don't remember
Dami
exactly.
namatay
ilan.
nun.
So, it's kind of a source of um, restless spirits, so to
Yeah.
speak. So, going back to your story,
Yeah.
it was adjacent to the banyo was adjacent to the
Yeah.
site.
The
where
women's bathroom was elsewhere. Well, we didn't have women with us anyway.
Oh.
So we resolved to go to the bathroom two at a time. Two at a time. And I go. I go with my barkada at the time. And I kid you not, but I saw a shadow of a rosary swinging while I was taking a piss. Right? And
Hindi
we're
ka
all
naman barag nito.
we're drunk, but I was dead serious seeing that, because I was like I was looking around. There's nothing hanging from the ceiling, so I tell my buddy, there's something here already. You seeing that? He's seeing it, and then we feel again. I haven't seen, but I felt sort of like a veil on the face, a veil on the face. So we run out. I run out first, and the door without the thing that makes a door close fast slams him and he rolls
It's
on
called
the
the door
ground.
closer.
Door closer.
Okay. Oh.
So I pick him up, right?
Oh.
We go back, we pay the bill.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Inside the bathroom, we were cursing at the spirits. So we actually
Metal talaga.
we were like, putang ina nyo, sige, paramdam kayo. So, veil
I
on the
think
face.
I've heard this story from you before. Yeah.
And then, we didn't have a car at the time, although, one of my friend's houses was somewhat close by. We
Sa
paid,
Moroto bang Ozone dati? Naiinis
Yeah.
ko.
Timog, di ba? Sa may kanto.
Timog,
Malapit
tama,
sa kanto.
tama. Yeah.
And, we leave, and all of the cars that we pass walking to his house, to my buddy's house, the alarm would sound off. Until we stopped and we apologized to the spirits, then it stopped.
What, yung car nag-alarm?
Yeah, lahat ng madaanan namin. Papunta sa Marlons, naalala mo yung Marlons? Bilyaran.
Oh, yeah.
Yung Marlons, di ba dati? We were going there first, papunta na rin sa bahay.
Nag-alarm yung kotse.
Nag-alarm lahat ng dinadaanan namin, and then we said sorry. We apologized. And then it stopped.
Don't piss them off. Lesson
Don't piss
learned,
them off,
bro.
yeah. Not
Don't
ozone
piss them
spirits.
off, yeah.
But anyway,
Going
that's
back to
Halloween.
those are. What are your Halloween stories, pare? Or like not Halloween, like ghost or Mumu or slasher. None of that killer clown bullshit. Don't get me into that because I don't. That's not cool by me. That's not fun. Anyway, so going back to the movies. I'd leave with giving this suggestion to those of you who want like the real psychological horror. Jones, I don't think we've ever talked about this, but there's this movie called The Serbian Film.
I do
A
not know
Serbian
that.
film?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the most traumatic and scary movie made ever. Ever. Yung mga talagang, it goes beyond your comfort zone. It involves a lot of murder
Yeah.
and like kid rape. Medyo
Yeah.
unsettling siya. Not for the faint of heart. But look that up. I can't give
I
away
will
too
check
much.
that out, yeah.
Just look it up. The images in that movie will forever disturb you and haunt you.
Yeah.
Forever. Darkest movie I've ever seen. And it's in Serbian, so who makes
Yeah.
it's subtitled. But damn.
Check out the Masters of Horror series. They had a lot of really twisted shit there. I remember with Jester, we watched Imprint. That type of like psychological, really messed up. Gore also involved. But for gore, kasi I wouldn't really totally consider that. I guess it could be considered horror.
Oh, yun nga.
Yeah.
Gore is kasama si torture porn and all that.
Yeah,
bullshit.
torture porn.
Kasama
yeah.
siya dun sa mga slasher.
Yeah.
I
But I think
classify
from where
I
we
classify that as a-
grew up kasi, it was really more of like freaking you out, not in that way. And then probably people had to outdo each other. I recommend
eh.
Cigarette Burns. That's considered one of the most messed up movies.
Ano yun?
Cigarette burns. I'm not sure kung nasa Masters of Horror din yun. But
Ano
it's
yung
about
Masters of Horror?
series of mga supposedly really good
Ah,
directors.
nasa series na ba tayo?
Hindi siya
Marami din
hindi siya
ako
talaga series. Kumbaga movie siya pero parang ginawa siyang in a series. Hindi siya official series. Nilump na lang siya together as Masters of Horror and then released as such.
Yeah.
Kasi dati bawal. Kasi unrated siya eh. Unrated yung mga yun eh.
Hindi ko alam yun.
Yung cigarette burns yun na lang. An angel shackled in order to make really nice movies. Really offbeat storylines.
Madilim.
Yeah.
Madilim talaga. Yun, look those up. Well, with that, I guess happy Halloween. Happy scares. Enjoy everyone who's preparing costumes and whatnot. I know how that feels. Good luck, enjoy. Eat your candy. And this is
We'll be strange next time. I think
Yeah.
we'll be strange.
Yes, I said something strange. In your neighborhood, who you gonna call?
There might be some TMNT there for
We'll
some of
figure
you
that out for the next time.
shell
Well,
shocked
anyway,
fans.
that's it for this episode
Much love,
of Tambay TV. I am Pael Fajardo and he is
Jong D's on Howdy!
Howdy. Okay, don't forget to like us on Facebook. We are Tambay TV. Taglish Network on Facebook. Tambay TV is the show. And on YouTube, just search Tambay TV. That's together in one word. I don't know why it's not coming up, okay, but type it up there. Like, subscribe, comment. Everything is welcome. Thanks, guys. Chat ya later. Peace.